Hi, good everybody. Welcome back to another playthrough of Dishonored: The Brigmore Witches. We are here for the third DLC campaign, here live and exclusive to YouTube. I am your host, Swishbone, for the remainder of the evening. For those of you who've been here before, whether you're watching the previous parts of Dishonored, the ongoing playthrough of Persona 4 Arena and its content there, or the legacy streams for the many multiple parts to dog around per Persona, Final Fantasy 7, Forza 4, or even some of the more obtuse ones like Donkey Donkey Literary Club and Song of Memories, a huge welcome back to all of you. So those of you who've never been here before, this live channel is all about playing games blind, giving our live reactions, doing a bit of bad jokes, and plenty of banter in the chat box that way. So that goes for both the returning viewers and those who are here for the first time. Get your comments there. I'll do what I can to get involved, because without you, well, this stream will be active, but it would not be as interactive or as reactive. So again, one more time, the chat box is that way. Please feel free to get in there. So last time we played this game, of course, we managed to get ourselves liberated Lizzie and her ship. And it seems now we're trying to go out to the estate itself and take down the witches in this steampunk, plague-ridden place. Let's go. So apparently disturbing a gravehound's skull will awaken a gravehound, animated with energy from the void. We're going quite spiritual here, it would seem. And it says that Delilah and her coven are planning something that threatens everyone across the Empire of the Isles. Infiltrate the ruins of Brigmore Manor and stop Delilah. That's all I know. Now it looks like there's a cache back this way. That's the estate. Oh, so Snowbeaver checking in, saying apparently on the Microsoft Bethesda showcase they've announced a Persona bundle, have they? What kind of bundle have they put forward? Is it the modern games like 5? Is it the classic games? Spin-off games? What are we talking? And welcome to the stream as well for you. How you doing? Thus far this is lovely and quiet, which I don't trust. That's not a good start. That's not a good start at all. I am not happy about that. I'll take the coin, but I'm bitterly disappointed I've just taken that damage. That's a really poor start. Oh, hello, what's this? They are onto me. The urn will have to stay here, Reggie, until we can return by boat and claim it. The Master's key, however, will go with me, and since you are nowhere to be seen, I have little choice but to scale the rocks by the waterfall and make my escape cross-country. Leave me out to dry on this one, and I'll put a bullet in your skull. And it's why. Ah, interesting, Snowbeaver. So, apparently it's Persona 3, 4 Golden, and 5 Royal for Xbox. I wonder if that means we're going to be seeing something for the PlayStation then, because Persona's been such a big part of their identity. I'm intrigued now. I'm very intrigued. Because speaking of Atlas, they're on a bit of rocky ground, because apparently Shin Megami Tensei Soul Hackers 2, which is coming very soon, according to Niali, who's a very reliable Megaton content creator, apparently it's going to have Day 1 DLC that's going to total about $40. And I just that needs to stop in games. The Day 1 DLC is inexcusable in my opinion. I can understand like some special content features for a few dollars more, like the Legacy BGM packs for instance, maybe a few booster packs. Even SMT5, where it had the Mitamas for boosting experience, while a bit egregious, was still relatively tame in its cost. But $40 Day 1 DLC is just, in my opinion, a bit too much. Of course, I don't know the full story of that. I've only watched that one video, so I'm trying to be careful in terms of what the content is. And there's one of those skulls, so don't disturb it. Either that's good sound effects from the stairs there, or
Strange doing. I killed a hound in the yard, and it got straight back up and went for me. I had to crush its skull to be sure.
Okay, so it seems evidently the hounds here may continue baying for you if you provoke them. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's annoying. That suggests there's some enemies nearby, judging by the sound that was just made in my headphones. I mean, I really don't want them to be making another version of Persona 5 Royal, I must say that much. Because, quite frankly, I've played through Royal that many times now, I don't need to do it again from scratch. S. Dowd has left Draper's Ward on Izzy Light's boat, and Shuru could arrive in hours. Disable the grave switch. Isabel will lock the manor and wait for further instructions in the backyard. Okay, a witch named Isabel seems to have the estate key and she's in the backyard, so we need to find her. Oh, I thought that was a trap then, but it turns out it wasn't, so that's useful. Aha, hello.
I hope everything is in order, sir.
What have we got here then? Oh, we've got a rune, thank you, happy about that. Can't carry any more remedies, which is annoying. But we have another rune, we have a total of 2, so we're still not really in position to upgrade these yet. So, yeah, we're going to have to carry on as we are for now. But that's okay. There's a copper wire too, take plenty of loot. We like our loot on this stream. These streams are all about looting, getting cash, and sneaking. Or at least trying to sneak, anyway. Okay, I'm not seeing anywhere obvious here. I don't like an open gate. An open gate bothers me. When I see an open gate, I smell a trap. Why is the water so devoid of life? That bothers me. Normally the waters here in Dishonored are full of very dangerous fish that eat you to bits. But not here, it would seem. So the favour for the hole in the fence has been an objective, so that's good. So we've got a sneaky way in to the estate. We go through the reeds. Well, let's say we go the sneaky way in, but that one seems to have spotted us, which is annoying. Oh, that worked really well. Excellent, okay. That was a lot more smooth and stylish than I thought it would be. If you're wondering why I'm killing them, by the way, they don't affect the chaos. They're just like creature enemies, so you can kill those to your heart's content. And they're worth killing because they often contain loot. See what I mean? I got my wrist bolt back and I got some more coins. Meanwhile, Avian's jumps in onto the stream saying, "Hi, how goes? Good evening to you. All is going well thus far. Although I think I've just been spotted by an enemy." Yeah, I have. There you are, right in the tree. That's not good. Oh, fuck. That's annoying. Reload time, no big deal. And according to Snowbeaver Avian, there's been an announcement of what appears to be a Persona bundle for the Xbox, which is a bit surprising. Because Persona's been a PlayStation stalwart for a long time. I'll be interested to see exactly what that entails. That's the one I'm killing. I'm killing those annoying green creatures. Avian. And it seems that they're killing me too. You're in one of these trees. I remember seeing you. There you are. Okay, curious. Why is he not attacking me? Why hasn't it attacked me? Thank you. I knew it was going to do it eventually. Okay, not been seen there, so that's good news. Oh, hello. Thank you. I just found another room. Awesome. Yeah, apparently, but I don't know any more about it. All I know is that apparently it exists. Whether it's anything else, I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see, really. I could upgrade my agility, which is like falling damage and overall speed is increased. I don't know. I'm gonna debate doing something with that. But that's 2 of the 4 runes found already. Oh, I hear the sound of enemies shooting. I don't see them, but I heard them. Okay, let's see if we can get anything. See if there's anything over there. I want to know if there's a way through. Disappointingly, it looks like there's nothing here. Well, that is disappointing. That's really disappointing. I find a ledge I can climb on. There's some king sparrow feathers, so there's some treasure here at least. So I found some loot. But that's all I've found. That's a disappointment. Never mind, it's okay. Meanwhile, Alistair Jack, you're also welcome to you, mate. Good evening to you. How are you doing? You say you've been playing called Doorway to Darkness. Why does that ring a bell? That name sounds familiar for some reason, and I don't know why. When you say retro, we're talking PS1 era, N64 version, I don't know. This is suggesting I need to get in through the front door, but I really don't want to do that. I'm meant to be an assassin, for God's sake. Why would I want to go in through the front door? I'm meant to be a master assassin who's not seen, but instead, I'm being railroaded to potentially go down... Oh, hang on, there's a statue over there, I see it. Oh, doorway to darkness. Oh, okay. Doorway to darkness. Maybe that should be the title of one of my streams, that doorway to darkness. Because I am a bit dark. I am a bit darky at times. It must be said. In terms of what's been happening in Dishonored, Alistair Jack, essentially we've been trying to get by all the new Brigmore witch content. Okay. See, this is suggesting that I need to get in through the door. But I don't like this.
And who might this be?
Oh, bugger. Get ready and shoot. I really didn't want to have to do that.
Another spirit playing mischief. Watch for his shadow. Listen for the heels of his boots. He is here, I tell you. One of my dear sisters has wandered away from here.
Ah, so it's a retro game shop, Harrister Jack. That makes more sense now. Sounds awesome to me. Right. I wonder, can I be audacious here?
There's someone here. I know it.
I can't be audacious if I don't do it in time. My idea here is to try and jump behind and see if I can get into the door. If I can get into the door straight away, I'll sneak through.
Someone is prowling my lab. Someone who's not supposed to be here.
Oh, great, you need the Brigmore mana key.
Stop! Help me! A stranger is among us.
Yep, that's not going to work. My idea was fine until it said you need the key. Oh, I need the sodding key. How annoying is that? Of all the places to put a demand for that. A secure manor where everyone's looking out for me. I mean, come on! Leave the door open, make it so I can walk through. Right, if she's in the garden, then that might mean she's over there.
One of my dear sisters has wandered away from here.
Well, she's there, you can see her. And if you've not found the body, you've got a
I'll start
problem.
a new pair of boots tomorrow. These are worn down and I feel a draft on my toes.
All I can do now is wait.
I will comb her hair again in the evening, and another time on the following night. Then on the third, I'll put a needle to her throat.
Is it just me or does she sound creepy?
Watch for his shadow. Listen for the heels of his boots. He is here, I tell you.
Okay, well we managed to sneak in and there's some item. Oh, there's a book here. Rhyme of the Rosewater Hog. I mean, well, hi to you, Uriah. Good evening to you. Excerpt from an almanac on folk tales and superstitions of Bristol. So far in this almanac, we've catalogued many trite and ignorant, if somewhat harmless tales, but we must now turn to that special class of folk customs that can only be called wicked and pernicious. The worst of these is perhaps the rhyme of the Rosewater Hog. Variants of this accursed poem seem to predate even the founding of Dunwall, though its ultimate origins are lost to us. As to its meaning, some consider it a tale of revenge by a mother against her own daughter. Others see it as a supplication meant to solicit the attention of some ancient spirit from the void. In any case, the ritual surrounding the poem is profusely morbid. and in many regions is used as a primitive means of settling the matter between two parties where one has accused the other of falsehood. It's performed as follows. First, whoever is to be tested must find a fountain of standing water and cover the surface with fallen rose petals. Once there are sufficient petals as to completely obscure the water, you must close your eyes firmly and place both hands within the fountain so that they are submerged beneath the blanket of rose petals. Then you are to recite the following verses. Petals, petals on the water. Tell me, where's your daughter? Has she drowned beneath the mark? Has she vanished in the dark? Petals, petals on the water. Tell me, where's your daughter? Has she trysted by the well? Has she secrets left to tell? Petals, petals on the water. Tell me, am I your daughter? After this, you must lean into the fountain, lowering your head fully into the water and under the rose petals, face first with both eyes still squeezed tight. Count to 3 and then open your eyes. At that moment, it's said that the rosewater hog will arrive. If you're without fault, you'll see nothing, except that you'll feel a gentle caress on the back of your neck. But if there's falsehood or wickedness in your heart, you'll see the horrible face of the rosewater hog. A creature of indescribable horror. The hog will drown you in the fountain with a carb made of thorny vines. Obviously, while the Abbey takes things very seriously, most authorities classify this tale as superstitious nonsense. However, it must be noted that every year there are at least half a dozen reports from the countryside of young women found dead and blue-faced, with their necks nicked and scratched as if by a collar of thorns. So kids, next time you're going for a shave, make sure you don't keep your eyes shut when you're looking underwater to splash your face. You might find there's someone in there who wants to eat you. And if that starts to happen, call the plumber, get a new bathroom. And preferably a clean pair of trousers while you're at it. You're probably going to need them. Aha. I had a feeling there might be a way up here. That's the wrong key. That's the right key. I'm not sure if going... Petals, petals on the water. Am I your daughter? It's quite how you're meant to recite that poem, but this is my game and my stream, and we do things my way. The 6th scripture. I think I read this in the main game. Oh, I'll read it anyway since it's so short. Restrict the wanton flesh. Truly there is no quicker means by which a life can be upheaved and sifted than by the depredations of uncontrolled desire. What avail is the concourse of a prostitute? What does that sentence even fucking mean? The attention of a loose companion. Nothing. And what are the fruit of such unions? Only sorrow is born, only misery is multiplied. Within these things the outsider dwells. Answers on a postcard, people, are preferably answers in the chat because I'll get them faster. I have no idea what the hell that was getting at. I'm guessing... Of what concourse is the course of a prostitute? After making such a lovely rhythmical piece with the petals on the water, they give us that trite garbage. God, there's loads of books here. Petals and Thorns. Oh, we got a children's book one. Excerpts from a children's book. In the verdant garden, kneeling quietly, Rosalind in her basket attended a gathering of crown roses. Rosalind bent, caressing one of the roses, and she brought the shears from behind the back, where they were hidden, as if it might spook the flowers. It was but a small thing to take a life for her mother. As she brought the shears around, she pulled at a stem, readying it for the blades, but the flower did not comply, and rewarded her trust with a thorn buried in her thumb. A single drop of crimson welled up from the wound. Before Rosalind bring her thumb to her hips, a hand closed around the wrist. Her mother was standing nearby, witness to all that had transpired. "The rose demands its price, my love. Do not deny the flower its toll." Rosalind winced as her mother forced her hand over the flower bed and gently squeezed her thumb. 3 drops splattered onto the dry soil. As her mother walked away, Rosalind blinked away tears and gripped tight her shears. She left the garden with her basket brimming, 3 crimson drops and 1 crimson flower, all that remained of the once proud garden. If you read that to your kids, social services are probably going to want a word, says the guy who was reading Stephen King books when he was 8 years old. I've got no dog in this fight, I really don't. The Art of the Enchanting Garden. Excerpt from a book on landscaping. So tonight, viewers, this dream brought to you by Audible.com. Get your free code by going to Amazon and typing. Ugh. Why did I do that? Effective garden design must entice the casual observer by drawing them through the garden gates with the promise of the idyllic. Yet once inside, it must continue to captivate the senses, compelling visitors to linger among lush greenery and well-positioned decor. The tranquility of a solitary pool, the perfume of jasmine flowers, the drape of an ancient woody clematis. Across the estates of Dunwall, all these must serve to soothe and beguile those who adventure into the well-tended garden of our gentry. Unlike my front garden. My front garden was a mess until yesterday. Thank you to my brother for that strimmer you bought me, I really appreciate it. When one chooses manicured symmetry or the illusion of wild growth, certain fundamentals must always apply. Variations of shape and size to excite the vision, cohesive themes to calm the spirit, and complementary scents and colours. As noted in the high-walled gardens of Lord and Lady Mortigan Plough. Lord and Lady Mortigan Plough? Mortigan Plough? What? Who writes this? Place marble sculpture throughout as a means of transporting the visitor to a world of imagination. In keeping with the influential visions... Influential? What kind of word is that, influential? Learn to speak. Influential vision set forth by the beloved Borrigan sisters, daughters of the late Jonathan and Olivia Suter. Cool to those visiting your manor garden with coordinated sounds. The soft splash of the fountain, the trickling of a stone-walled stream, and the rustle of Sir Conan's sheaf-oaks from high above. Remember, a magical meeting place can be as simple as periwinkle draped bower over a crunching gravel pathway, or a pedestal bench nestled under the boughs of a crown willow. Or as we like to call them in Manchester, the local drug hotspot. Never too soon, by the way. I've been a mank for more than 40 years. Page from an old book. Page torn from old manuscript, written in scrawling hand. Dreary waters, hissing daughters, crack 3 green shells and steal their pearls. Turn the spigot and drink from the misery of a broken house. Gulp and swallow, follow. 3 wet marbles down the gullet. Do this for me, dearie, and I'll give you a birthday gift. Granny. I'm not sure my Granny Rag's voice is as good as some of the others I've seen. Check out Queen 3210's latest Let's Play for proof of that if you want proof. But I do my best. Right, in which case then, I've heard a lot of rustling, so I get the feeling those creepy vine creatures are down here. So I've got to be careful how I descend. Or maybe it's just the stonemasonry falling apart. There are quite a lot of places to explore. Oh, no. That's annoying, I've got no choke dust. Even though I've not used it, I really should. Ah, so that's the lower window for where we came in. Okay, so what's down through the cracks again then? That's assuming there's anything down through the lower cracks. There might be nothing here. Oh, lovely low quality textures there. You can tell this game was made in 2012. Not that I'm dissing it. I really like it. Ah, it looks like there's... Oh, that's disappointing. I thought there might be another way into the estate. Although there is a way out the back. Which I don't think I've been through before. It doesn't look familiar. Be careful to avoid making noise and keep on sneaking about. I've recently started playing a game, by the way, on PS5 called Ghost Runner. Very interesting game, PS5 exclusive, which is sort of like Mirror's Edge, only it's like a runaway samurai kind of game. It's very different and really stylised. You're also encouraged to die as much as possible. So if I did do a stream on it, we'd have to have the death count. And the problem is the death count would be in the hundreds by level 1. I know this from experience. Aha. Always sneak in from above, if you can. Top tip. Yeah, I agree actually, Evian. Yeah, the water is rendered very nicely. The water was really well done. Oh, hello. What's in there? Ah, that's why I hit it. I hit my head on the ceiling. I wondered why that is. Yeah, it's a different kind of game. Very, very stylish. So it might be one I possibly do as like a show stream at one point. Because a lot of it's going to depend on what I actually get done on my own streams. I'm actually away at a convention very soon with Nerdy Hound. Of course, he joined me on my wonderful Carnage stream, which was all the old wrestling games. And essentially, we're going to be going there about a week and a half, actually. And I'm hoping to have Persona 4 Arena in the can. And possibly even this game. Not that I'm bored of both games, I really like both games. But it's just that I get the feeling I'm almost there now. And if I am almost there, I'd like to get them done before I go. Oh, hello. Someone was just calling my name. Well, that person can wait because there's an enemy nearby. This is actually really quite good, but also really annoying. The trees are actually really obscuring my view, which is tremendous because it's realistic, but it's also incredibly annoying because it's a game and I just want to get on with it. Right, I'll see what you've got to say. Are you going to talk to me? Or not? If you're not going to talk to me, that's fine. I'll move on. Well, I don't know if I'm going to start a new game before the con. I probably want to start a game after the con. Purely because it means that I'm not taking like a week off between streams. I mean, don't get me wrong. A week off is lovely. We all love a week off. A week off is great. But at the same time, I don't want to like disrupt the flow for you guys watching. So I'd like to put myself in a position where I can essentially carry on the game. Hello. I see a mana potion there. And I also see a key. Yeah, there it is, the front door key. I found it. So I've now got an option to get rid of that. I don't know if that's a body or what. Yes, cue the Monokuma theme. A body has been discovered! In terms of new games, I don't know what games I'm going to play next, actually, because I've got quite a few in the backlog I'd like to do. There's one stream I've wanted to do for a while, which is an old Sega Dreamcast fighting game called Dead or Alive 2. I've wanted to do it because I've got a friend of mine who's on YouTube, who's a massive DOA fan, and has always been really interested in seeing the older games. I also want to play, I've also got Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, but I want to take a break before playing that. I don't want to go straight into it. Oh, hello. Is that Granny Rags?
Sister.
No, it's not. It's not Granny Rags. It's a fellow assassin. It's a fellow. It's not even a fellow assassin. It's just an assassin. And I don't want that. She just appeared out of nowhere. And if that's going to be a secret, I think that's going to be really annoying. I did get the key, didn't I? Oh, look at that body. How gruesome is that? Minging. Absolutely minging. Switch to sleep darts for this one, I think. Because sleep darts are good at neutralising targets quickly. You can get rid of them in seconds. Yeah, exactly. Yes, she blinked, but it's unusual. I'm not used to a enemy pattern where they blink out like that. Not since I was playing as Corvo when they first did it. Yeah, see what I mean? That time I got her. First time I missed and got... What was that? And yeah, that's right, Avian. There is indeed another Persona 4 Arena game. There is indeed another one. Oh, there's treasure here. And the rune. Awesome. Well, not a rune, sorry. A bone charm. What's that one do? Killing rats gives adrenaline. Bolts get stuck in it. Into his break less often. Drop assassination. Potions give more and more mana. Pull power, distance and speed are increased, and witch's skin. None that I really want there. I'm pretty sure I do have the key, yeah, because when I tried to use it before, when I picked up the body, yeah, you take a seat there. You have a nice lie down. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't let me interact with the body, which is what I had to do first time. Oh, when did you get there? You weren't there before.
Dowd. I grow sick of this assassin. The other sisters speak of him with a tiny shudder of awe in their voices, like stupid schoolgirls.
Don't worry, love. The hounds will warn us, or the statues, and then we'll descend on him like a murder of crows, and we'll pick his bones clean.
Yes, wondering who the DOA fan is. Yes, I wonder. I wonder indeed. I've actually tested my Dreamcast the other week. I just wanted to see if it recorded, and I actually managed to capture some footage of the game Crazy Taxi. I can't actually share that footage because that game has a legendary soundtrack featuring the bands Bad Religion and The Offspring, and it just immediately triggers the I had a feeling that was going to happen. The moment I dropped down, I just had a feeling they were going to do that. Never mind. Plan B. I'll use the crossbow on one of them. I'll use the crossbow. Take one of them down for sleep dart. So let's go back up there safely. Thank you.
Down. I grow sick of this assassin. The other sisters speak of him with a tiny shudder of awe in their voices, like stupid schoolgirls.
Don't worry, love.
Yes, Bad Religion, my favourite punk band. Absolutely adore Bad Religion. But the problem is, whenever you put those games with that footage on, it just gets blocked in about 19 different countries because of copyright rules. Favourite album by Bad Religion, in case anyone cares, is one called The Empire Strikes First. That's my favourite album of theirs. And it's nothing to do with Star Wars either, believe it or not. It's not because of the Star Wars pun. I just love it.
You're going to suffer when I find you.
Am I really? What am I stuck on?
Where are you?
Right where you can't see me. That's where I am.
I'll find you.
So you keep saying.
All right, my love. Oh, someone to play with. Someone to bleed for.
And then she finds me. Memo to me, don't get cocky. Or maybe I should. Might make the stream more entertaining. You tell me in the audience.
Don't worry, love. The hounds will
Yeah,
warn us.
so the interesting thing about the capturing from the Dreamcast though is that it outputs in 480p, so it gets a really odd look to it. It still looks nice, but I could really do with getting a proper upscaler for it. Problem is they're very expensive true upscales. They're really not cheap. Oh, I was hoping that she'd be turning the back long enough for me to turn around and sleep dart her. Not today, it would seem. Not today. So I'm going to try the other way around. I'm going to try and get her first. That's what I'm going to do.
The hounds will warn us.
That makes a lot more sense.
And then we'll descend on him like
This is what the Ghost Runner stream would be like, by the way, people. It would just be constant trial, death, trial, death, trial, death. So consider this an early preview. Oh, fuck. That's what you get for turning around and spotting me. You get a knife in the temple. That's what you get. How dare you spot me?
Don't worry.
Because I suck and I don't know what I'm doing.
Warn us, or the statues, and then we'll descend on him like a murder of crows, and we'll pick his bones clean.
So depending on the game, I'm kind of similar. Oh wow, you've been playing DOA 2 on the PS2 and you find how hard it is and different moves. For, yeah, gotta say, Kasumi and Ayane, they did really kind of nerf the characters. I'm at some point tempted to also dig up. I think I've got somewhere a copy of DOA 4 for the Xbox 360. So I might also dig that one out. Gotcha. Finally! I've finally done something right. You two stay there. Don't move. I mean, I'm offering them free naps, so I'm actually giving them a service, these enemies. No, that's the wrong power. I don't want that one. So I think I might actually have a copy of DOA 2 on the PS2 as well, but I think the PS2 version is not as clean as the Dreamcast one. Because the Dreamcast one was basically made on the Naomi board, for anyone who knows their old school systems. And if you do know your old school systems, bonus points if you can tell me what Naomi's an acronym for.
Nothing then. Another spirit playing mischief.
Yes, I know my mana is low, but right now I need to make sure that I'm taking out my enemies. I can't have them find me. So I've got to get to the main hallway now, and I've just got to hope that I can create some space. Dead Fantasy mashup by Monta. I can't say I did see that, no. We're talking like Final Fantasy with Dead or Alive characters here. Because if so, I now want to see it. Oh, hello. I think we found some treasure. Thank you very much. I'll grab that. Treasure is good. Give me more loot. Give me all the loot in the world. Give me lots of money. They keep saying someone's here, and they're correct, but I don't know how they're seeing me. Right, I'm going to have to find that now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Get up there. Okay.
Someone is prowling, my love. Someone who's not supposed to be.
Yes, someone who's not supposed to be here, that's me. Ah, so you got the DOA 4 on the Xbox 360, Yuri, but you say it's not working, might need a new hard drive. I ended up having to buy an old school shell for my Xbox 360 because I got the dreaded RROD, the Red Rings of Death. To be fair, I'd run that machine for 8 years. It had earned its day off. It had earned its retirement.
Are we to watch Lady Delilah paint tonight? Yes, of course, my love.
Final Fantasy characters fighting dead or alive. I mean, to be fair, seeing Tifa versus Kasumi would actually be a really cool fight. I'd actually quite like to see that. No fan service here whatsoever. They're definitely
I
not.
wonder if she's the one who's been putting teeth under my pillow. Tonight I'll close my eyes and pretend to sleep.
Oh, God, will these witches kindly fuck off away from the exit?
So wet. My mother will fall.
Yeah, that was an unintentional fall. I did not want to fall down there. Not a good move. It certainly sounds like the kind of thing I'd enjoy, so I'm going to have to check it out at some point. Right, they're now all swarming the exit. What the hell do I do to get rid of them? I mean, I could attack them, maybe.
There is someone here. I know it.
I think they might have just seen me. Yeah, I think they just seen me. My idea was good. My execution was poor. My execution was pretty poor. Ah, well, if it's on YouTube, Avian, that's definitely something I'll add to the backlog of things to watch then. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Whether it's been remastered or not really isn't the point. Aha, hang on a second. Right. Can I take advantage of the chaos?
I will comb her hair again in the evening. And another.
Set them all on alert, and hopefully send them all looking round.
Must be frightened. Show yourself,
Little toad. Really? Aha. Okay.
Look underneath everything.
Come on.
I
Get
lost
away
it.
from the door. That's all I care about.
Suffer when I find you.
Oh wow, so you're not got the Red Rings of Death where it reads games as a DVD, Yuria.
Someone is prowling, my love.
I mean, they're technically not wrong, it is a DVD, but that's still bizarre. Ah, Japanese imports, Alistair Jack. They will be expensive depending on the game. What kind of platforms were they on? Because any of the old, like, games from the Mega Drive and Super Nintendo era aren't that expensive. But games from, like, the certain games from the PS2 and PS1 era are very, very expensive.
For his shadow.
Right.
For the heels of his boots.
Okay, I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to gamble on something. Let's see if it works. Oh my god, that actually worked. I am amazed that worked. I did not think that was going to work.
And I thought the
I am amazed that that actually worked. I am flabbergasted. I need the west wing key to get in there. So I can't get in there anyway. So reading Japanese, Arista Jack, it's somewhat of an acquired skill. I know a little bit of Japanese, but not too much. And reading it, I'm one of the few people who can't read it the Western way. A lot of the time in video games, they write it like our words do, you know, from the top, left to right. And I really struggle to read it. But if I read it the Japanese way, which is top to bottom, right to left, I can often read it very, very easily. And to this day, I don't know why. I don't know why I'd find it easier to read it the traditional way versus the modern way. But I do, you know. Chalk it down to being left side of the brain, maybe? I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. It's kind of like pulling off stunts like that once I get into the manor. How the hell did that work? There's no logical reason for why that was successful. Huh? What the fuck was that noise? I just heard what sounded like a vampire. It wasn't, but it sounded like it.
The portrait of the air is pristine. I wish you could have seen the brilliant colors. The brushwork is magnificent. Our Lady is a genius. Timsh's portrait was only the beginning. A vague mesmerism. But with Emily, Delilah will extinguish the girl's spirit and inhabit her completely.
Oh.
Own her. Make her pretty teeth smile.
What will happen if Emily doesn't become Empress? Half the city thinks she's dead.
Emily Caldwin will take the throne, don't worry. Delilah is certain. She sees things in the void you and I do not.
Why didn't she just paint the Lord Regent? He's already running the Empire.
She has her reasons. Delilah was raised in Dunwall Tower, don't forget. And besides, the Lord Regent doesn't have a chance. Without the Boyle sisters behind him paying the army, he's a walking corpse.
So it's definitely a conspiracy involving Emily involved in this. Which is... Okay. Better be quicker, that could count as a death. I had to be quick with that, because if I wasn't, chances are she was going to die. And I'm trying to avoid killing enemies where possible. Nope, no secret switches in here. Thought there might have been. I've seen that before in videos of other games of this kind, where if you search in certain fireplaces, you'll find hidden switches. So I thought we might find something there for like some treasure or power-ups or food. Oh, speaking of food, I'll have that, thank you. Oh, wow, even so you said looking for an original copy of Parasite Eve on the PS1, it was $165. Bloody hell, that's about 100 notes over here. £100. That's expensive. Not as expensive as Persona 3 FES though. Huh? Oh shit, someone's found it. Someone's been found and I'm on the ground. That's not good. I fucking knew that was going to happen. And it looks like they summoned some kind of serpents to get me? Yeah, let's not run the risk of that. Let's instead get back to a vantage point and wait. Okay. I'm hearing someone. Up there, there's a room, and there's also another thing from that one. Wow, Avian! Revelations Persona is $654. That's insane. Maybe my purchase of the PS1 Classic was a good device. What? How did you see me? How did you see me up there? They normally don't see you. Okay, right. I need a plan B here. Because plan A is not working. So what's plan B? There is one option, actually. Where's the body? Grab her. Grab her. Let me pick her up. Oh, for God. Come on, what? Thank you. Well, say PS4's a possibility, Yuri. I just have to get a copy of the game because I've got. Actually, that's a point. Can you play cross-platform with PS4 and PS5 on DOA? I'm not sure. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's not worked. Sounds like I've been spotted to me. So I'll have to look into whether that's a possible cross-platform play, because I know that obviously certain games can be played cross-platform. If you can, then that'll be the way to do it. Otherwise, I'd have to bring up my PS4, which I've not used now for over 18 months. I dread to think how many updates it's missing. It says here she's unconscious, Avian. Ah, there's a chair there, that could come in under. No, the chair. There we go, fantastic, that'll work. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, we'll F5 that there for now and try and get back in. For fuck's sake. Fine, I'll jump up instead then. Hey, that worked. Let's get some mana back, make things a bit easier. Maybe they teleported away, but I don't see them on my radar, which is a problem. Enemies having the same power as me is bullshit. Well, no. No, it's not. It's a challenge. Yeah, it looks like they ported away. Okay, that's inconvenient. Yeah, the PS1s with all games loaded. I understand, apparently, if you have the right USB dongle, a lot of the PS1 classics can read things like USB sticks on the side, so you can have the ROMs on that as a way around it. But I've never actually tried it. I was about to get away with that. About being the keyword. I was about to get away with it, but I just came short at the last second. Which is frustrating. But that's the way the game goes. Sorry, love, but I can't afford you to make any noise. I feel like I'm playing Stack-'em over some the way and just throwing bodies on top of chairs. Thank you. Okay, another quick save. Excellent. We are back in business. Business is good. Excellent, that worked. Fantastic. Okay. Uh-oh, someone's coming. Apparently the new PS Plus, which is going to have the premium selection for PS1 games, is a bit of a disappointment from what I understand. Feels like it's going to have a lackluster selection to start with. And considering the price of it, I'm not sure it's worth it, which is a shame. For something that was meant to match what Game Pass has been doing, it doesn't seem like they've got off on the right foot at all. That's because you never had me. You lost me because you never had me. Yeah, I hear you. I know you're nearby. So the annoying thing about this game is because of the audio, it sounds like they're right on top of me and they might not be. So I'm trying to find the way to do it. How would they miss me?
Tonight I'll close my eyes.
Don't really care how, but they did.
I'll watch. Someone is prowling, my love. Someone who's not supposed to be here.
Yeah, I think you're right on that, Yuria. I think it is a case of game per game, but I imagine that a lot of them can play cross-platform, as in cross-gen. I know that certain games you can actually play cross-platform completely, like with PC and Xbox, or with Nintendo and Sony. I must say, fighting games, I've not played them in years, so I often have a very much a Eastern Thug approach that doesn't work. What? Did you see me?
I'll watch for our enemies.
Sounds like I got spotted then. Never mind. Okay then. So we're now up top. Ah, that's who saw me. Okay.
There's someone here. I know it.
I mean, I could just do this.
I'll start a new pair of boots tomorrow. These are worn down and I feel a draft in my toes. Had to leave the flooded.
I'll find you. Come out, dear. It's no use.
Damn it.
Dear, it's no use.
Is that Silver from Sonic 06? It's no use! It's no use!
Come, little toad. Help me. A stranger.
And that was me falling through the cracks and falling down, which is annoying. Yeah, you say mostly you play DOA, Yuria. Say a lot of the games I prefer are the old school ones. Like one of the few fighting games I'm good at is Soul Calibur. And I've just said I'm good at it, which means I'm not. I probably just made myself sound like an absolute jerk. But that's one game I was pretty decent at the time. I actually managed to complete a challenge on that game, which to this day is quite annoying.
And another time. The following night.
What the fuck? I think I just landed on someone's head. That's what you get for being underneath me when I fall down. What a stupid place to be. Standing where I'm going to fall on your head. I mean, come on. You could have at least watched where I was going. Forget where you were going. Watch where I was going. I'm more important. Or something, I don't know. Right, let's try and go a different route, because this clearly isn't working. Ooh. Are they weird flower plants? Yeah, it wasn't. I just realised it wasn't Soul Calibur I was thinking of, but on Soul Calibur I managed to get through Edge Master Mode to unlock the extra characters. On the Sega Dreamcast, oddly, their extra character was Spawn from the comics. So the original out-of-place character from the Soul Calibur series was that one. But there's actually one challenge that's even more annoying. On the original PlayStation 1 release, if you unlocked every single weapon in the game for every character, you unlocked a version of the character Sophitia called Sophiti-R with 2 exclamation marks. And essentially what you got was a version of Sophitia fighting in a bikini. At 14 years old, I was rather impressed by this, but I will say now, it is so not worth it. It is easily one of the most ball-ache challenges on the planet. And if you think your button mashing techniques are bad, Yuri, go back and watch my Persona 4 Arena streams. Some of the fights I've had on those, I've been literally spamming one button hoping for the best. Help me, a stranger has just been spotted because he's an idiot and wasn't paying attention. Still, I've now found the potential route at least, so that's going to help me. So it's the stairs at the back here where I wanted to go. Was it here? There's one of these side rooms. There was a set of stairs. Where are you, stairs? I know you're here somewhere, because I've just climbed them. I think. Maybe it's the gloom, but I'm suddenly lost my bearings. And I can't see what I'm doing. I did find a set of stairs in here, I'm positive of it. But where the hell did they go? Make it a bit easier to see. Ah, it wasn't in this room. I don't know where it is. It was in this side room here. That was it. I knew there was a stairwell here somewhere. I'm there like, what happened with those stairs? Where did they go? They were here somewhere.
This place is always so wet. My mother and father kept a dry house. So clammy here.
Ew, clammy. Yeah. That makes me think of something else. Sorry, love, but I can't afford you to be making a load of noise, and you're coming with me. Oh, hello. I just found a Brigmore war medal buried in the floorboards. More money for me, thank you very much. No one's likely to come here, so you can lie there and enjoy your little sleep. Now, did I see a memo here? I think I did. Oh, hello. A health elixir, some bolts, and... I worked in my studio until late last night and contemplated the painting of Emily. When Dowd kidnapped her, I was terrified that he might already know what I was planning, but it seems I overestimated him. He turned her over to the conspirators. What a fool! Once young Emily assumes the throne, I'll be already looking out of those lovely brown eyes. Okay, so according to this, Delara's a studio somewhere and it contains something of value, so let's find it. Oh, so you played what's it called? One Canberra. Completed the game on hardest level, Yuria, and all you got was trophies and rings that allowed the characters to have something. Ah, transformation permanently high speed, defense and power. I mean, I always find that the rewards for 100% completion can sometimes be hilariously brilliant or absolutely broken. Like Resident Evil 4, for example. On the PlayStation 2 original, by beating that on professional difficulty, you got the PRL 400, but it was absolutely terrible because it only fired one thin beam. I could barely hit anybody. However, if you had it on the HD remaster, it highlighted all enemies.
Don't make me eat anymore.
What happened to you?
I denounce I saw. The Caldwell girl is the key. The girl in the painting. Where's Delilah?
Right, okay, so memo to me, once he starts talking, leave the room. So I don't get seen. Copy that. I had a thought, hang on, something's wrong here, and then I wonder if I can knock him out. Let's find out.
Please. What happened to you? I denounce the oracles.
No, I can't.
Oracles.
I was unable to extract much from this one. He was well trained. Feeding him his former companion elicited mostly useless sounds and mess. I'll try again tomorrow unless he becomes violently deranged, in which case I'll have little choice but to put him down. Ugh, lovely. Oh god, yes, Resident Evil 5 with the infinite Gatling gun and the infinite Magnum and 6. Resident Evil 2 Remake, the unlimited Gatling gun in that is pretty broken, it has to be said. But nothing's as broken as the HD remaster of the PRL 400. That's ridiculous. Brother Bragliff, you are charged with surveillance of the Muncherhaven district and surrounding estates. Travel there immediately and report all findings to the officer of the High Overseer. If any signs of organised heresy are uncovered, send for additional support. Do not attempt to handle the situation alone. Remember the strictures and you will not fail. Overseer Cranton. I'm getting out of here quickly before those witches turn up. Oh, another bone charm. So I've got a couple of these now. I've got strong arms. Choking is faster. Oh, hello. That's a fucking good one, that one. I'm going to deactivate that one and activate that one so choking's quicker. Faster choking is a bloody good one. Yeah, definitely. Once you've got a game and you've beaten it, running through OP is ridiculous. It's like I'm playing Persona 5 Royal again, and I've got Personas which have got 99 for all stats and the best moves, and I'm literally caning enemies in one turn. I'm playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 on New Game Plus, and I am absolutely broken, apart from 2 fights. One against a super boss I died all levels 3 and 2, and another super boss I've yet to beat. Do I really want to trigger a tripwire? I don't think I do. Some King Sparrow feathers and a star set. Oh, there's one of those dogs. That's annoying. Ah, hello. Is this the art studio? And it looks like that might be a Overseer altar. Okay, let's sneak in here. Hopefully I'm not going to trigger a trap.
Emily Colvin.
Excellent. The lantern is apparently used to open the gate through one of Delilah's paintings. Interesting. Okay. And then Delilah's journal. Ah, so once you have Mark House and lunch and Arbor Z2, you're OP, but it's great for trophy hunting. That's usually the best way to go about mopping up those trophies, especially if you want those rare platinums. Delilah's journal. Now that the painting is finished, I will sit in young Lady Emily's skin and wear her face like a mummer's mask. Havelock and his lickspittles will put the child on the throne, but it is me they will be crowning. Delilah. The kitchen girl from Dunwall Tower. They called me Sokolov's apprentice, but whose paintings reach through to the spirit? Mine. They will never know their blunder, but I will be sure to whisper it into their ears at their executions. My followers will bear the lantern to the gallery in order to open the way to the void. There, I will use the painting to complete the ritual. My walk into Emily's flesh must be undisturbed. The ritual has other uses, which I will explore over time. Any image made by my hand could serve as the focal point for the spell. I imagine one of my enemies is a still life, imprisoned in a bowl of fruit without amusement. Bowl of fruit without amusement? Interesting way of putting it.
Wants to use Emily to become Empress.
Ah, yeah, automatic damage taking is never fun. Automatic damage taking in games is so annoying. Oh, there's a couple more books there. The Howl from Beyond. Excerpt from a work of fiction by P.J. Stokeworth. As Gregory and Alia crouched in the dark of the upper hall, they could hear the thing drawing close. It had followed them from the forest, through the garden, and into the house. Now as they leaned against the wall, exhausted and terrified, they could hear it coming up the stair. Moving slowly, it scraped along, exposed bone dragging across wood and carpet. A ragged panting foretold its passage as dead air was pushed through a throat eaten away with rot. Reaching a grim conclusion, Alia swallowed. Her face went slack as she gave Gregory a final glance before plunging through the window glass into the midnight and night moonlight air. At the sound of her delicate body smashing against the cobblestone below, Gregory let out a keening moan, and as he did, his voice was matched by an unearthly howl from the stairwell, and the rapid scratching of clawed feet rushing up toward him. And then there's the Fouge Feast, which I think I've already read in the main game. Yeah, I've read that in the main game. So because I've read that in the main game, I'm going to leave that one there. In the meantime, when an enemy sits around whistling, you know they're trolling you. And I don't like being trolled. Problem I've got here is I've not really got much in the way of visibility. Unless, can I warp down here? What the hell? I've not been seen. Have I? Don't think so. Can't see anybody. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, it won't let me select partial routes. That's annoying. I wanted to try and, like, warp down. But not today, it would seem. Okay, that's some money, that's good. More coin there too. What the hell? How's she not seeing me? might need to kill that dog. Yeah, I might need to kill it. Okay.
Help me! A stranger is among us.
Oh, that's a death. How do you get rid of those dogs then? Because it's mentioned early on when that assassin spoke to us. He mentioned that he had to like crush its skull, but I wasn't able to get behind it and choke it. And that's the only move I've got that involves crushing skulls. At least the only move I think I've got access to. What I'm going to have to do here instead, I think, is take out the first one. Unless, is there a way to... Is there anywhere to get up to quickly? Not that I can see. Okay, let's try something. Ah, I see. It's the skull, it drops into skull mode. Okay. So you kind of need to strike it and then avoid taking the skull. So can you shoot the skulls, I wonder? Yes, that's how you do it. That's it. I knew there had to be a way. It made no sense to not have a way. But that's kind of frustrating, because does that count as a kill? I don't know. Again, you might be wondering why I'm trying to avoid killing, but the whole point of this is to keep my chaos down. And if your chaos is high, then you essentially... From what I've seen, it gets towards bad endings. And bad endings are not what you want.
Evie, I'm glad I found you. Is the painting of the void sealed?
Yes. I put the lantern back in Our Lady's studio. It'll be ready when she calls.
But I don't think Delilah will return this way. When she calls us, it will be to Dunwall Tower.
Probably true.
Evie, may I confess something to you? Promise not to tell the others.
Of course. You can always confide in me.
When I was in the studio, I painted the mark on my hand, just to see. It was foolish, I know, but I couldn't help myself.
Never be ashamed of your ambition. It's why she chose you.
Thank you. Your words are always exactly what I need, Evie. If only my birth sisters had been more like you.
Well, if they had, they'd still be alive, wouldn't they?
Right, the question is, are they going to come through this door or not? Because if they're not, fine. But if they are, then I've got to try and divide and conquer them another way. Okay, good. Nice one. Yes, as you can see, they're in different areas. And it's about trying to take advantage of them. So let's say if I could crossbow bolt you. There was definite noise there, but there wasn't the usual sound of booted feet and screaming.
By the boys, you must be frightened. Show yourself, little toad.
I don't know why they're saying that as if it's some kind of insult. I've been called worse things than Toad. I've been called, well, knobhead, pillock, idiot, moron. I'm trying to land on the beams just to see if I can do something. Yep, amazingly that's worked. I can hide the bodies on the beam. Again, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do that, and to be perfectly honest, I don't really care. If it gives me an opportunity to sneak around and not be seen, then I'll take it. The more chances I've got to sneak away, the better. I'm probably the world's cleanest assassin at the moment. I've not actually technically killed anyone. I love games that let you do that, where you don't have to do a aggressive run, you can actually take them out in a pacifist way. Now those bodies shouldn't actually be staying up there because their legs are dangling over the edge. And if you've watched any of those YouTube channels from like famous scientists and physicists, they spend a lot of time talking about centre of gravity and all that kind of thing. And their centre of gravity should mean that they're down, especially there because you've got the head and the legs pointing in different directions. But it's a game, so realism kind of goes out the window, especially when you can randomly morph wherever you like by consuming potions. Ah, hey! Let the bodies hit the floor. Well, what happened with Lady Boyle? Yeah, it still leaves me dirty. That one, Avian. Yeah, don't feel alone on that one. I feel dirty about that one too. The daughter of Tivia. Oh, it looks like it's another excerpt from a theatre play. Duchess, I do not know of the world beyond these green garden walls, but do not mistake my lack of experience for fear, or for an absence of desire. If I've avoided you, it's because of the warning your name carries. And what warning is that, my dear Amelia? I believe you know my meaning. Your father's tales are still the subject of parlour gossip. And do those stories excite you? Tell me, girl. I am a friend. Duchess Callie, yes, I confess they do. I hid a copy of the tales of Prince Kalisar. I read them late into the night. As did I. But he was your father! They're just stories, Amelia. Fire for the imagination. Oh. I'm going to hell for this. Well, I've started, so I'm going to finish. Duchess, will you teach me to kiss? I will. But have you never kissed another? Miladies, I swear to you, I did not intend to spy. Forgive me, but I was pruning the hedge and could not find a way to interrupt. We forgive you. But as punishment, I command you to stay and to come closer. But he is a servant, Duchess. And serve us he will, young Amelia. Yes. Reading adult stories to make people aroused is not going to be a career I enter into. And if for any reason that made you hot under the collar, please seek help. You're going to need it. That's an interesting point, Yuri, about Manhunt. If I say if you held the kill button longer, it was more gory. I've not played that game fully, so I can't really comment. I remember playing a version of it years ago, but I don't know if it had been toned down. I know there was an AO version as adults only, but I think it was like pulled from sale. The Shadow on Bitter Leaf. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise, esoteric patterns. Knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Definitely not me when I'm trying to make a cosplay costume. Seamstress craft? Never gonna happen. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. "So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended." You know, you don't have to be sick to live in Dunwall, but it certainly helps. There's a certain level of insanity that this place breeds. Ah, right, yeah, so it was toned down for the UK, but the US version was gory AF. That sounds about right, actually. So I'm hoping that killing those doesn't count as kills. They are dogs, they're not people, but that... Depending on who you are, that probably makes what I did even worse, actually, now I think about it. Depending on who you are and the way you think. Yep, so that's the way out of the West Wing. So now I've come into the West Wing without using the key somehow. Interesting. I'm also quite low on stamina. I think I know why that is, because I had the wrong icon selected. Ah, the gallery's in that direction. Right, okay. Oh, what the... okay guys, I apologise. I got a significant frame rate drop there for no reason. I don't know what caused that. Do not adjust your set. Do not do any changes. Yes, I know how much harming the doggos is a no-no for you, Avian. But as you say, there were doggos that were going to kill me and eat my face. Hmm? Did I hear somebody then? Sounds like I just heard somebody come... I don't know if they spotted me or not. Tricky one. Yes, this is a very creepy level, this. A creepy level for a creepy game. Hello. I'll have that, thank you. What's in here? Anything on... Oh, a way down? Ah, but also a way up. Excellent.
And who might this be, I wonder?
It ain't me, fool. Oh, so if dogs are always out to kill you is your lesson from video games. I'm not so sure. Wasn't it? Was it? There was a game on the PS2, I think, where you played a detective had to defuse bombs, and you had to send your dog in to like sniff them out for you. Can't remember what game that was now, but there was a game that did that. I saw it on a list by someone like. I'd like to say it was outside Xbox, but I might be wrong. I really need you not to come this way. If she is, I'm going to have to shoot her, and I don't want to do that. Oh, hello. Oh, fun. That's annoying. How has this worked? Oh, you motherfucker! Nope, I'm going to reload the game. That's what I'm going to do. Cheating? Yes. Allowed? Yes. Ah, so you're all about, puppers from Persona 3, Avian. Of course, you're talking about the legendary cool dog himself that is Koromaru. Legendary dog. Absolutely brilliant. And to be fair, Yuria, yes, the dogs in Resident Evil were fucking nasty. The Cerberus, as they were called, weren't they? In fact, I am tempted one time to do a stream of Resident Evil Director's Cut from the PS1. I actually managed to do all the missions on that. You know, the ones where you have to, like, you do it as every character on Director's on Arrange mode. The unofficial hardcore mode. I've just realised when she saw me, I was stood up. I wasn't crouched. That's why. Knew there was a reason why I got spotted then. Well, why haven't I been spotted? Because I'm a clot who's not bothered to pay attention. That's the reason why. How is this working as a place to hide? She's looking right at me and yet she doesn't see me. How does that even work? Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. It's a good thing. And this is the part of this game's charm. You have to be patient. It's something I'm not very good at. You've all watched my streams before. If you haven't, welcome, by the way. Okay, I don't know how I got away with that, but I'm not complaining. I needed to move. Don't know how I got away with that, don't care. I do not give a toss. How I got away with that is irrelevant. Don't know if that's going to count as a kill. I just realised then that I threw her down there, and the chances are I'd probably split her head open like a melon. That was not my intent, by the way, people. I thought about it afterwards. I thought, oh, for God's sake. Ooh, what the ugh. What's with this tentacle shit on the ceiling? Looks like some kind of tree. Ugh. Oh, I recognise where I am.
Had to leave the flooded district, we did. For sure. Then the warehouse. How long will we stay at the manor?
I need to get down to there now. That's frustrating. Right, let's get inside. Let's get hidden. That's a bricked up door. That's not going to be helping me. I'm not going to be moving anywhere in that. Nope. Not happening. That's more like it. Right, it seems the gallery is down there. Somewhere. The question is, can I sneak by them? Amazingly, the answer appears to be yes. Do I want to trigger a tripwire, or would I rather just jump over it? think I'd rather just jump over it. Not only do I want to find loot by searching these alcoves, but I'm also looking for hidden traps. So, I mean, that's why I was looking. Okay, there's a couple of whale oil tanks there, so if there's a puzzle involving whale oil, I know where to find it. Oh, big wide open space. And that's why I made sure I saved my game. If you're going to walk into a trap, be prepared to be able to put yourself back together, get better, and carry up and try again. It's interesting, it's triggering a trap even though I've actually not gone through and hit a wire. So I'm wondering what wire I'm hitting that's triggering the wire. Right, okay, so I can't, it's not a matter of triggering the wire, it's a matter, oh. Seriously? I changed the power rather than actually make sure to deactivate what I wanted to do. What am I doing? Failing. That's what I'm doing. Failing badly.
It pains me that
Oh no you don't. Oh no you don't. Auto-saving me at the point where I've fallen down and I'm about to get spotted? I don't think so, my friend.
It pains me that I cannot be at Delilah's side during the final moments of the ritual. She's alone. What if something goes wrong? Who will help her? Doesn't it worry you?
You underestimate our great lady's resourcefulness. She is not alone. Not entirely.
The statues. Of course.
They're more than statues. She's put her will in them, and in the void their power is much greater. Do not fret, sweet Tilda. Lady Delilah needs you to be strong and steadfast. This is no time to wilt like a summer daisy.
I won't. Forgive me, sister. You're right.
Is that going to give me a new objective to go and destroy the statues, I wonder? Okay, now where's the other one? It seems that every time I use that move, they teleport. But I don't think I've been seen either because they've not attacked me. So it's like some kind of creepy satanic ritual in the way they designed it here with this. Right, is there any loot around here? Because it looks like I've cleared the area out of enemies for now. Yes, I see a lot of loot. That's good. Oh, hello. I also see a... Thank you, that's great. Now then, before I go into this area, what's that?
Brunhild came to me last night while I was in my studio in the West Wing, finishing the ritual painting of young Lady Emily. She informed me that one of our girls allowed herself to get caught and interrogated at Code Ridge Prison. Nevertheless, it seems Dowd is oblivious to my plans.
Not anymore he isn't, because Dowd has taken a new change and gone a new route. Okay, looks like... Set the lantern near the painting. Here we go. I think we're going to go into the spirit realm here. Here we go. The Bloodbriar is a deadly trap. Right, Delilah's masterwork. Delilah and her coven are planning something that threatens everyone across the Empire of the Isles. Infiltrate the ruins of Brigmore Manor and stop Delilah.
You have many talents, Dowd, and they've served you. Delilah's talents are quite different. She creates images, but she does more. She captures spirit. She insinuates her will into her subject, whatever it is. We're witnessing her masterpiece, and perhaps yours as well. I gave you Delilah's name, and you followed it to this moment. You see now what hangs in the balance. Emily's life, Delilah's ambition, an empire in the act of crumbling. In your long life, I've rarely seen you act with such consummate grace. I give my marks sparingly, and I don't play favorites, but I will watch this with unusual attention.
In other words, Dowd, why have you become such a saint? Why have you stopped killing everything that moves? Why have you decided that ending life is not your calling? And the idea, of course, is to leap into the painting, and I'm going to do that in a moment, but first of all, I just want to run a search in case there's any more props or items to steal. Not seeing anything. Not seeing a damn thing. Okay, it's called Leap of Faith. Let's leap!
The void. Time to see what you've really got, Delilah.
Ah, yes, the mysterious void world. And this reminds me a lot of Shin Megami Tensei. You know, where you've got the blocks floating around, the mysterious trees of life, the light in the sky that you can't quite figure out. It's very similar to like the likes of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. And I'm recently seen in Shin Megami Tensei 5. Right, here we are. The ritual site. There's quite a few different ways to go here, but let's take a look around the tree. I get the feeling this is where I'm meant to approach the cage on the other side. Yeah, you can see her there. Before I do this, let me go the other way. Just in case there's any more powers or any more pathways. Yes, there's multiple routes. I don't like being funneled. Yeah, I especially don't like the way she's in the middle there, but there's a statue looking on over us.
Are all artists narcissists?
Yeah, I found her, but what I want to do is I want to find... I'm not going to kill her. If I kill her, then that's just the same as doing anything else. I don't want to do that.
Have you gone nuts? Is that why you can't face me?
I'm liking the music. No, actually, I'm not hoping to stab you in the back. I'm trying to not kill you. Ah, suitable replacement painting. So if I can render unconscious... music's excellent here. I'm trying not to kill her. I get the feeling that killing her's not a good idea, but I just noticed then it had the suitable replacement painting. So I might grab her. See if I can grab her, and if I can, then I'll try and see if I can get through to the other side. It seemed too easy to just get right behind her. Something about that just didn't make sense.
Are all artists narcissists? Painted in the same style as Emily's portrait.
Ah, okay. Right, okay, you can avoid it completely. You don't need to, I don't think you need to engage her. I think you can just change the painting. So let's try that. Same route, but this time we're going over the top. I wonder what the replacement painting's of. I didn't see anything. Okay, there we go, that's good. Ah, I do think you have to engage her, which is annoying. No, you don't. Oh, what the fuck? That would have been fine, except for the fact that I didn't do my route good enough. The idea was great, but what I did was go too far. I think you got to jump off and then do the warp. It's what I've done before. And that's okay, I don't mind doing that. If it's possible to essentially get her and get out without triggering the fight, then that works in my favour anyway. Right, we'll do a quick F5 hit. Make things a bit easier.
The Empire of the Isles. I call out to you from the void.
So I do love the music here, but the question now is, what do we do with it? Is this one of those where we have to find the right one? Trying to see if any of them have different looks to them. Can't see it.
Are you hoping to stab me in the back? Where are you? Come out, and I'll paint a little portrait
narcissist.
Where could you be hiding? Mouse. Where are you? Where are you?
If this is a case of just take out so many of them, then fine, but it just seems a bit boring.
Where? Dear me, everyone's a critic. Come out, and I'll paint a little portrait.
I've just seen that I'm out of ammo, but that's okay.
No! You can't do this! She took my life.
What are you supposed to do here? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Paint flows. Blood flows. Life goes. Out with the old. In with the new. You've lived in these bones long enough.
I'll find you. I will not be beaten. Curse you all. I will not.
Oh yes. Hey, rescued Emily as well, which is awesome. So there was one hostile killed, with 3 dead or unconscious bodies found, didn't kill anyone, was not done, and we were detected. So we only found 1 of the 3 corrupted charms, we've had 2 of the runes, we've had 2 of the bone charms. We found quite a decent amount of coins. So in the end, we've got through. Delilah's threat is ended. You've made your choices come what may. A downside out.
No one will ever know exactly what it took to save Emily Caldwin from a living death as Delilah's puppet. No one except the outsider, who watches everything and thinks his own dark thoughts and speaks to few in any generation. I've learned that our choices always matter. To someone. Somewhere. And sooner or later, in ways we can't always fathom, the consequences come back to us. I came from Serkonos to Dunwall as a boy. Made my living as a killer. One of the few who've heard the outsider's voice. I murdered an empress, but saved her daughter, who will one day rule the empire. Those were my choices. I'm ready for what comes. For you. I asked for my life. When I killed your empress and took her daughter, something broke inside me. Now I want nothing but to leave this city and fade from the memory of those who reside here. I've had enough killing. So my life is in your hands. Make your choice.
You make an eloquent plea for a man with innocent blood on his hands. It's a shame Corvo doesn't know the real story, isn't it? How in these last days you passed through Coldridge Prison like a shadow, dared the tangles of Dunwall's underworld and walked out unscathed, outwitted one of the greatest witches in a generation, all with consummate care and skill. How you saved Emily Caldwin, daughter of the Empress, first of her name, and no one will ever know. But how does it end for Dowd, the hired killer, the murderer, the savior of the Empire? It's up to Corvo now.
Low chaos mode. And that is what appears to be the finale. We are here. Yes, the DLC is in the can. And it would seem that Dishonored has finally come to its end. I actually really quite like this side story involving Dowd. I didn't think it would be as intuitive or as interesting as it was. I like the idea that at the same time that Corvo was deciding to oppose the forces without getting involved, without trying to kill anybody, Dowd was going through the same doubt on the other side in order to say, have I made the right choices here? Can I make a key change? The idea being that both sides of chaos have aligned together to create a new form of order. Now, obviously, I've played this on the low chaos mode, so it's been low chaos both ways, both on the main campaign and in the DLC campaign, which is why it's got a different title for this one. The main campaign's got its own playlist, technically. And there is a high chaos version of it, where if you're interested in seeing that, go and check out Queen 3210's channel, who's doing, at the moment, high chaos runs to show the differences. Very, very interesting how the game moves with your choices. It's something that's not been done very often, and I'd like to see a lot more of it. Now, are we going to do the sequel, Dishonored 2? Wouldn't surprise me. Is it in the immediate plans? The answer there is no. Not in the immediate plans, no, but it's going to be sometime soon, because I've actually really enjoyed playing it. When I'd heard about Dishonored years ago, but I think part of the reason I was put off is at the time it was on, like, obviously, like the Xbox 360, the PS3, and playing first-person games on that generation of controllers were always really not very good. They were absolutely awful. And to get a PC that could run this game, yeah, good luck. It was just very, very, very hard without having a dedicated tower. So now I've got a machine that's capable of running it. It's been good to play it, even though I've had to make a few tweaks to make it work. So hopefully I can do the same with Dishonored 2. But that, awesome. Thank you very much for the comment there, Yuria. I'd say good job. More a case of war of attrition, really, with the amount of times I was saving and reloading. Yes, that's the key, people. Save scum. Save scum often. That's how it works. But what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be back on the Tuesday evening. I realise what day it is. On the Tuesday evening, I'm going to be back to carry on the Persona 4 Arena Let's Play, and I'm probably going to keep doing that so I can hopefully get it finished ahead of the time that I go to Macon with my friend Nerdy Hound, and that's at SunnyCon, which is in literally 2 weeks' time. Well, less than 2 weeks' time now, and I've still not written my panel. I need to get it done. Otherwise, I'm going to be standing there at the front with nothing to present and just talking bollocks for an hour. Viewers of my stream, I know, no change there. You don't have to tell me. So there's definitely a few more things in mind. I say when I go back from the con, I'll hopefully, as I say, going to do a few more things for it. But yes, very interesting game, this Dishonored, to say the least. I mean, I only know the two games. I don't know if it's an IP that ZeniMax Bethesda will ever bring back. And it's interesting because this game actually came from a cancelled game. There's years ago, I remember, I think it was on Outside Xbox, I saw a list of like cancelled game worlds we never got to see. And there was meant to be a game, I think it might have been for right at the very first start of the PS3 360 lifespan, where it was going to be a game set in Paris, and you were up against the Knights Templar. Now you're all probably thinking, isn't that just Assassin's Creed? And it probably was kind of similar, but it was going to be like Dishonored. And it was going to be involving where it was like an online play, where part of you could be the rebels, and part of you could be the Templars. And they had the whole city mapped out, and the game was scrapped for whatever reason. But the guys working on it were picked up by Bethesda, I believe, and turned it into the Dishonored IP. So it's interesting how this can actually trace its roots back to the kind of like the French Revolution kind of period. And if you look at the architecture of Dunwall, you can definitely see that. Like all the kind of like a mix of British steampunk and European continental like building styles. So you can, well, obviously a lot of it's based on Britain because you've got Bristol instead of Bristol, for example. Morley, which is actually a place in Yorkshire, it's about 3 towns away from me. And so you can definitely see where they've taken a lot of it from British history, especially with the uniforms that the guards wore. That was very much in the style of the Victorian Justice of the Peace. So a lot of it, from a British perspective, almost feels like I'm back at home. Back at home, skulking from the shadows and using mysterious powers and knocking people out. I sound like such a nice guy, don't I? Or something. So we'll let the crew here get their time in the spotlight because they guys work so hard. The devs never get the credit they deserve. They get a lot of crunch and they get a lot of crap, but they never get the credit. And I'm going to give it to them tonight. I'm loving this music actually. It's giving me vibes for what was used later on in Horizon Forbidden West. The kind of like, you know, the kind of orating voices and the more percussive beats behind it and the strings. Of course, Forbidden West came out 10 years after this, so you can't say it rips it off. Well, you could say it, but you'd be an absolute moron. Which again, no change there then, I know. But this looks very much like the end of the credits now because we're seeing all the sound signals, and those of you who watch movies or have watched a lot of credits before will know this is usually where we get to the point that it's going to return. And I'm just wondering if we've possibly got any Marvel-style post-credits sequences or if we're going to get kicked straight back to the title screen. Let's find out. Oh, that's cool. Him laying down his sword at the grave. And now it's reloading. Is this going to give me access to a new game plus or something? Nope, it's literally kicking me back to the title screen. That's as far as we go. Well, it seems that tonight was once more a finale. And I want to say thank you very much to all of you who've watched and contributed, whether it's on the stream tonight with the likes of Avian, the likes of Yuri, the likes of Snowbeater, whether you've been watching previous parts of Dishonored or any of the other series. Thank you very much for your continued support. Without you guys, I've said it before, the channel will be active, but nowhere near as interactive or as reactive. So thank you very much from the bottom of the hole where my heart once was. And on that bombshell, I will see you all on Tuesday evening at 8 PM BST where we pick up our playthrough of Persona 4 Arena. Thank you very much for watching. And don't kill anyone, it's not cool.